Sorry about that. It's for some reason it decided it didn't want to work. But some of you asked yesterday about inking a tile, so I've got a couple of inks here with me. I thought I could show you how I do it. Here we go then. So I've got the Cosmic Shimmer one. There you go. Look, I've got a basil leaf, and then I've got a Harmony Spectrum Noir water reactive, a parakeet colour. It doesn't really matter what colours you use. And then you've got a variation. Some people like to ink with different things. I've actually got these little brushes, really soft. They work really well, and they don't put too much on. And I have got a bit of a stencil here as well. But of course you can stick with a plain tile. It's just that I was asked and I said I would show you yesterday. So if we look at this one, see, it's really sort of quite sponge, and look how juicy that is. You see? So we only really need to sort of touch it a little bit. And I've got here a tile like the sorbets, a little blue. So I'm going to put a little bit of green in. Now, see, it's a little bit too much there, but it doesn't matter. So you notice, look, how I'm ever so gentle, just sort of putting it on little bits. Now, it takes a little bit of practice. I don't particularly want this smooth, so I'm perhaps pressing a bit too hard. But if we ease off the pressure, you see the difference? That's a little bit too heavy and rough. And this, ease off the pressure. See? Ease off the pressure. Okay. Now, if you find that you've got something like this, you think, oh, I really don't like it, you could spritz it with water, completely leave it to dry, a bit of salt on it, or you can bring in a stencil. I'm going to choose these sort of smaller leaves here. Let's put a bit more on. And you can add in a bit of a stencil, you see, and you can start to change little bits around. So if I just bring in, let's see if I've got a white tile so you can see the difference. You never got something when you want it, have you? Oh, here we go. A white tile. So again, just ever so gentle, soften it off. There we go. So you notice that I'm working it round. I'm actually on the background, this bit, and I'm on my tile. Let's do a little bit more. See, I'm not putting much on. Start off it and work on it. Okay. There we go. And then from there, I'm still going to use the stencil. This is like a bit of, it's like a Teflon kind of thing. I would usually use a glass mat, but my glass mat's still at home. So this is, you know, something that you might put in the, you know, the bottom of the oven or something like that, because it wipes off really well. So anything you've got, if you feel that you really need to, then a bit of paper. But paper, you see, I'm not going to get that movement off it. But whatever you've got available. See, I've put a couple of those little leaves in there. I think it always looks kind of nice. And again, you'll notice I've not added any extra ink because it really does it, all sorts it for you. So that's this one, very, very wet. So you just be a bit careful with them. And I would always say practice first. So, okay, this one then, this is the Spectrum Noir. You see, it's more traditional. So if I just use it on this for now, you can see there, it's not putting as much ink on to start with. Okay, let's just do a little bit more. You see how it builds? So if I do it now on a bit of white, same sort of thing, see? Just take your time. It's better to build up layers than it is to go all on straight away with it. And what you need to think about as well when inking, don't put your fingers on, use this bit and that'll hold it. You see? There we go. So I've got a bit of blue at the top and a bit of green at the bottom. So that suggests potentially something we might be doing. Okay. Yeah, absolutely, Ree. Yeah, if it's a bit too juicy, you know, just be careful with it. Always practice first and have a little bit, you know, have a bit of something either side so you can work with it. And you notice I've left a little bit of nothingness around there, so I've got a little bit to work in. So I'll stick with this one. I know I've written on the other, but I'll stick with the white one so as you can see what I was doing there. And then take that. This is comes in a roll. See, it's same on both sides. So it works really well. You roll it up then, get it out of the way. I think this one, it was a Crafter's Companion one that I brought. It comes in a little box on a roll. It's really quite useful, especially if you want to paint stuff. The only thing I would say with this compared to a glass mat is because of the colour. If you're trying to paint with it, it'll change the colours of your paint. You won't see the same colour. But other than that, it works fine. Okay, hopefully that sort of explained that a little bit. I did say I would do that. So here we go. We've got a little bit of a scene forming already here. And the first thing I want to do then is I'm going to come in with my pencil. Now, once this is on, the the Cosmic Shimmer ones, these ones, if you rub out, it tends to stay. But with these ones, you have to be a little bit careful because if you rub out, you can rub a bit of this away. Both work great if you spritz them, but just be sort of aware of that before you start. So are we ready then? Pencil. I want to sort of imagine where the centre of my tile is. I'm just going to put a little mark. I'm not going to put too much because I don't want to have to rub a load away afterwards. You see? There's that bit. Okay. So I'm going to do here, I'm going to put myself not too small. Let's have a look at this. A bit of an egg shape, but the roundish bits here and the more sort of pointed bits here. You see? Egg shape. Okay. So let's go a little bit wider there. Okay. There you go. Bit of an egg shape. If I just I was going to say, found my rubber. Never got something when I want it. It's okay. And looking at where I've put my little cross there, I'm going to put a little shape in there, like a little oval. All right. And then I'm going to put a little oval here. I might have to shout Leslie in a minute for a rubber. Do you think she'd answer me? Or she'd shout at me saying, you should have everything ready, Sandra. It has been a bit of a crazy day, everybody. I've got a few bits and pieces in and bits of training and things. Okay, so there's that little bit done. I'm sure she's going to wander in at some point, isn't she? Oh, let's have a quick look. Do I have my own? But I have so many, they're all in different boxes. Yes, tiny one. Although it's got a bit of pink on. Let's just check. Ah, yeah, see, look how that's coming off a little bit, you see? But on that, it doesn't. Anyway, I'm going to remove those lines just so it's a little bit clearer for you to see. There you go. Looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Let's take that one. What's going on here? Okay, so you see here, I'm going to put like a little sort of pointy shape on there. So let's just bring that in, fill it in right now. Okay, so then this bit here, I want to just change the shape slightly. See the little curve as it comes down. And then this bit where we got this egg, so where my nose is, I'm going to make that a little bit flatter there. Okay, so if I remove that bit there and that bit there, there it is. Okay, and in here I'm going to put a little dot there, just a little dot. Okay, so this bit now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a roundish kind of body. See, I've not gone right to the bottom there, just flattening it off a little bit. Okay, yeah, and then a little bit of a bobble there. This way, a little bit of an oval shape there, flatten it at the bottom a bit. Okay, so far so good. So let's have a look here. I'm going to put like a little V shape in there, bless it. And then around we go. I'm going to sort of almost do it like, you know, like we used to do bubble writing. Draw a shape and then round we go with it. Okay, let's have a look at that then. I'm going come in with my pen and let's draw in these shapes now. There's my first one there, see? This is going to come around here and up there, joining in that little nose, drawing in that shape. Now here I'm going to sort of square it off a little bit at the top there. See? So it's sort of more of a rectangle-ish shape. And then up and along this bit. I'm going to thin it off just a little bit there maybe. And then bring this shape in. And along. And then here. So everything that I've drawn in pencil is coming in pen. Let's give it a little bit of ground to sit on. So far so good. Okay, let's just move those lines from the outside there. I don't want those anymore. Oh, and that one. I'm just going to come in with my brush pen. Again, if you want to use an 05 or an 08, that's fine. It's whatever works for you, but obviously your 03 or your 02 is a little bit too thin for filling in these little shapes here. There we go. So I was thinking this morning, you know, we've done very, very peaceful little tiles. We're doing one a day as we go, and I thought let's just be all in our little calm area and think about a little character we could bring in with that. And of course, today, you know, we were talking about, you know, someone that was that's been lost, and sometimes we have to really sort of go back and think about these things and try and be, you know, a little bit considerate of those. So one thing that my mum and I did actually, when it's the first year after we lost Julie, and her first anniversary, we actually made little bubbles. Drawing a bubble, a big one. We actually had little balloons, and what we did is we put a little tag on the balloon, a little message, and then we let them go and watch them sort of disappear. I mean, they might have just ended up, you know, in the next street. Who knows? But it's nice to think that, you know, they were off and going somewhere. So let's just put a little bit of a balloon there. And then here I want to bring in like just a little tag. There you go, just to sort of remember that. And then let's put a little wavy line. You see, it's all going to go all the way over there into there. So, you know, this could say anything. I'm not really going to put a message on. I'm just going to put a little kiss on it. You know, and it's just watching it. It's about to let it go, or does it? You know, it's kind of nice. So bringing the rest in, I want to put in, let's go quite tall. I'm going to put a little line. Now, don't do this with a straight edge. You want it a little bit wobbly. And then another next to it, real close. Okay, I'm just going to go in a little bit. And I'm going to bring in some little lines all the way up. They don't have to be the same length, they just have to be the same distance. Just going to thicken up, you know, on just one edge, see, just a little bit. Okay. Oh, Sue, see, that's lovely, isn't it? So let's put some little leaves in there. Just, I'm going to sort of do them slightly offset. See, you just want a few at that top edge. I think it's the epitome of calming, isn't it? Let's do another one, but not so tall this time. And you'll notice as well, see, it's come a little bit further forward than this one. That's fine, because what we can do, look, turn it over and we can put a little bit of ground in. It looks like it's got a bit of depth. And then same again, look. And a little bit thicker in some places. Do you know know what it does, Joe. I don't know why. It is an 03. But I don't mind. I mean, I could have done it in a 2, but that's okay. There's a lot of sort of pencil around it and things. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, see, it might be because it's quite close. So I'm going to do another one, but this side feels a bit weird because I've got to go over everything. So I'm going to turn it round. Okay. Oh, ready? I know, it wasn't a big balloon, it was only little. And I think, honestly, they probably would have deflated before they got too far anyway. But there you go. Putting those little lines in again. And again, some little leaves on the top. Let's put the other one there. Yeah, and I'm going to do just a little one. So this one looks going to be a little bit further away. Maybe, Joe, maybe it's quite a new one, so there we go. Okay, and some little lines across the bottom there. There we go. I think just so we've got this sense of depth, let's put some really little birds in the background there, see, look, little M shape. I think because I've got 2 on either side, I'm going to put another one in here. So let's have it going up and past these. I think something else, you know, with the pen as well that you need to consider at times is depending on what ink you put in the background. And this ink, if you think it's only just gone down, I do tend to ink my tiles before I do the live. It could be that the ink's having a little bit of a reaction, so not to worry. There we go. All right, look at that. Okay, so a couple of things then. First things first, I'm going to bring a bit of pencil in and tortillon, and then I'm actually going to add a little bit of colour to it. So let's have a look at our little panda here. I'm going to put a little bit, just a little bit around that ear, and then some sort of around the eye at the bottom, around the nose. And here, I'm just going to go underneath the head there. See, I've got a little bit more coming down the back, and then I've already got pencil there, so that's fine there. Yeah. I think maybe as well we can put an extra little shape in there, like so. We've got 2 little feet, see, tiny little gap between. Okay. And the little stalks here, I'm going to choose one side and put some pencil down one side. Now once I've decided, I'm going to stick to it.
Cup of tea.
Thank you, Leslie. Do you know what I could do with, really could do with? A rubber.
A rubber?
I found this one.
I'm sure I can find it.
But it's not really much. Thank you. I knew she'd save me.
Look.
Hey, there you go. Thank you.
There you go.
Knew she'd save me.
You alright, guys? Hello.
There you go. Yeah. You've kept her busy today. See, I want to rub out that pencil around that balloon. Okay. Here we go. Vicky, I haven't got it here with me. I'm sorry. And Leslie's just gone. It's lovely though. It's one of those you think, oh, it's just beautiful. So it doesn't really have a full name. It's just beautiful. So if you like doing the class stuff and you think, I can't get to class, this stencil on Friday, particularly on the Hobby Maker one, is going to be really right up your street. So there you go. Okay, let's soften this. For Sewing Street, if you liked the Time for a Brew, you know, the teapots, then we've created a special version for Sewing Street, and we've got a little project kit that you can also have a go at. Because I don't know, like if you're like me, you know, when you're tangling at home and you end up with stuff down the side of the sofa and you lose it, I've created a little sort of a tidy that you can put over the arm of your chair, and it's going to hold everything in place so you're not going to lose them. Okay, see, I've softened that up a little bit, just giving it a little bit of shaping. Just going to rub out the pencil around the edge and by the tail. There you go, looks cleaned it up no end. There you go. Okay, oh look at that, isn't he lovely? So I'm going to just switch to coloured pencils. First things first, I'm going to bring in just a little bit of black. There we go. You see just underneath the eye there. Just going to add a little bit. Now I'm going to come in a bit so you can see it. You see there, look, just underneath, but it's got a bit of a gap between the two. There you go. Just sort of giving it a bit of shape. And definitely it needs a bit of black underneath there. Okay. This is a bit different, isn't it? It's not the norm that I do little characters. We've done owls. We've even done a gnome. We have, you know you have. Oh, Maureen. And I think just a little bit of, let's have a look. I've got a bit of mid-peach. Just a little bit around there. I'm hardly touching it, just giving it a little bit of peach in there. I actually painted a panda a long time ago, and it was on our wall for quite a while. It was all done in oil paints. Might actually bring it to the office and hang it up in the office. Okay. So, bit of green on the leaves. Now I'm going to go with like a khaki colour. So I have got khaki in here. There we go. Khaki. There you are. And I'm going to touch it up. I'm not going to completely fill it. It's just a gesture. You see, little bits. And then I'm going to bring a brighter green in there. Or actually a white would do it as well. There you go. As you know, at the weekend it is our anniversary. We've been here at this premises now for 2 years. And of course, anybody that's coming over, we're going to have a great time. Lots of things planned. And of course, you're going to have a bit of a sneak peek round. See, I'm just coming in with the white now and just blending that off a bit. But I know that there was one lady, sadly, she's not well and she had to pull out yesterday. So if it's still there is one place for Saturday and Sunday. If you're interested in still coming, I know it's short notice. But of course, we've got a really good thing going on at Saturday and Sunday, as we know. Our Dave's coming up. Just going to add a little bit over that black, see, just to ease it off a bit. So, yeah, if you want to meet Dave, he's coming up. So I'm just going over in that black there. So now we've got the balloon left. Chris, yes. I'm saying yes. Yes. Okay, so there we have to start with the balloon. Now this can be, honestly, any colour that you like, but I think being that I've got that lovely blue background, it could be pink. I'm gonna go with blue. So here we are. I'm gonna start with my lightest blue, because I've already got blue in there anyway. And we want to sort of think, where are we gonna put a little bit of shade? Here we go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put like a little shape in there. See? And then that I'm not gonna touch. I'm going to colour round, just nice and lightly. Doesn't matter which way we're going. All right, nice and round. And then if I bring in my next one, I'm going to go. Actually, going to go with the dark sea blue. Bring a bit of that in. So this time I'm going to swirl it in very lightly because I don't really want to blend it yet. I'm almost marking my territory and saying this is where I'm going to put it. And I want my dark blue, which is this one, deep blue, and that can go in there. So you see, again, I've not really pressed on, just sort of adding it in there. Let's do that as a dark blue. Okay, got my little bits. So now I can come back in with that lighter blue and I can press on a little bit more and start to build up that layer. You see? Okay, round and around. A bit of texture. And then my dark sea blue. Okay, so I'm going to touch around the edges now. And around we go. You see how that starts to form? Let's go over that darker one as well. So again, I'm not pressing on seriously, I'm building up those layers, and that's going to give your pencils a longer life, and it's going to give you a bit more depth when you're working on it. Okay, so see now it's starting to light. It's got that little bit of texture, but being that it's a balloon, we do want to remove all those white marks. So here we go. Back down into this one. I'm just going to work it round. You see, you're starting to lose those marks now as we work our way around. Working round and round. There we go. All right. And then the lighter one. See, I'm not sort of restricting it just to those areas. I'm actually taking it over the whole thing. Just helping it all to blend in. There you go. All right, one will go over. So there's my darker one. And my sea blue. There you go. Making it round. And then my blue. This is the lightest one. And see, I've actually still got that lovely little shine there. I'm going to bring my white in. I'm going to add the white in. Let's have a little look at that. Here we go. So there it is. Beautifully coloured balloon. Now, if you want that a bit dark, you see, I can add a little bit more in there. I can do that. I'm not going to put any black on it or anything. I want to keep that lovely colour. A little bit on the tag there. There you go. Alright, so I think just a little bit more pencil on the base here. Now, I'm sorry if that went a little bit quick. It's, I think that's just the mood I'm in today. It's just a little bit quick. And then I think white pencil. Vicky, oh yeah, we should be able to do that. We're waiting for the material to come in, which it should be coming in on Friday. If that's the case, it's not a problem. We can do it. So that's why I'm just being a little bit hesitant. We've normally got everything, or we can sort it out one way or another. It's just a case that we're just waiting for material to come in. I had a little bit of a setback with the supplier. All good, it's all good. Okay, so you've just gone over there a bit. There you go. All right, so completely different. It's not the norm, but I think it's really nice to try something a bit different now and again. So as our really cute panda, and see how you get on. You might find that pandas appear on everything, or you know, it suddenly becomes a friend for the mouse. But whatever you want to do with it, you can do. Lynn, they've put the white pencils back to this month, so as soon as I actually get anything from that, I'll let you know. They're definitely machining them. I have actually got in touch and said, what are you doing? They're like, yeah, we are doing it. I think what they've got to do is put them in with another print run, because it's just one colour, see. But definitely they're doing them, so all sorted. Okay, right then, I'm going to leave you with that, and I'll catch you again tomorrow for our tiny tile that we're doing for Craft Ember. So have fun with this one and enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Take care.